What up, guys? We've returned, and it's time for some more breakdowns on all the new reveals from Street Fighter 6. We got 4 characters, and we already covered JP the other night, so make sure you guys check that out if you missed it. Today, we're going to be visiting your homeland, Mir. We're going to be talking about Marisa.
Yes, the Italian lady. She's quite something, isn't she? I think she caught a lot of people's eyes.
At the very beginning, Mir, I was really scared. I saw her wrestling a lion, and I don't know. I didn't feel safe.
Some people got caroused by that, as they say.
Caroused. I've never heard that word before until recently.
Now you have.
Yeah.
Someone else too, probably in the video.
By the way, Mir, it's pretty funny that we don't have to debate any longer about whether the helmet hair is actually her hair or a helmet anymore. You know, we can finally see it in motion in the game.
I think it's mostly people that didn't like the idea, that were trying, that were on copium, that they just didn't want it to be the truth, but we knew already that's exactly what was going to happen.
The stage is awesome too. The Colosseo Marisa stage is amazing.
Yeah, I guess it is like the Colosseo, right? It's more of a smaller amphitheater, I suppose, or maybe a reimagination of the actual Colosseum, but it's got Greek soldiers instead of Roman ones. That's interesting.
Shh, you're not supposed to say that, Mir. No one's supposed to know the differences. I'm scared. Are those warriors in the background? Are those props, Mir? Or they really have like real shields and spears? Isn't that a little dangerous? I don't know.
If it is the Colosseum, they might be fighting to the death. You never know. Maybe this is turning into Mortal Kombat all of a sudden.
That's if you survive Marisa, though. Anyways, guys, so we're gonna break down Marisa. We're gonna talk about everything we know. So we're gonna begin with her gameplay, and there's a lot to talk about. So starting first, her archetype. Pretty much as predicted, Mir, she is indeed a big brawler character, a character with really long range normals and slow hitting power,
Yeah, definitely. We know that one of her mechanics, as we heard before from the audio files, is the fact that she has super armor, right? Which fits very well with this archetype, especially with big charging punches and what we're gonna see later.
So once again, guys, she's not exactly a grappler, even though she probably does have command grab moves. She's more like a character like Birdie or Abigail, where she bullies you. All right, Mir, so let's start breaking down the trailer in order here. The first thing we see is this big 2-hit target combo. Now, this is really tough to see unless you're going frame by frame, but she's actually charging the first punch, and you can even see this golden streak going around the arm as she swings it. So we know it's this charged up buff attack. The
arm is shaking right before she throws out the punch. That might mean that she might get armor on it, extra damage. That's a possibility. Maybe the combo normally doesn't knock down, but it does with the empowered attack.
Right.
It might be more frame advantage. It could be a lot of things.
And since it's the first hit of the target combo, that means like her single normals she can charge in general.
At least the heavies, right? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe it is the heavies. I wouldn't be surprised. It also mentions in the blog, Mir, that the armor she has, it mentions upper body armor. So it's probably something you think like Zangief standing heavy punch, you can sweep him. So you can sweep Marisa. Yeah. Okay, in the next clip now, Mir, we see something really interesting. I think this move is called Skutum. Sorry if I pronounced this wrong. The blog describes it. Skutum is a defensive stance that gives Marisa upper body armor and counters an opponent's attack. And that's what we see, but it's really hard to tell, but it looks like Marisa is just straight up grabbing the opponent. But if you look closely, Manon, it looks like she's doing a standing light punch. It's very, very quick and subtle, but she's basically countering the opponent and then going into the grab.
Right, and to give some context to the name of the move, Scutum means shield in Latin.
Okay.
So it makes perfect sense. When Marisa grabs her opponent and then hits her right into the ground with the powerful punch to the back of the head. That's a reference to a famous statue called The Wrestlers, which is in an Italian gallery, if I'm not mistaken, which is a marble copy of an original Greek statue. So this is a reference to Greek wrestling, or Pankration, which is, I guess is more like mixed martial arts. So a little bit of everything.
Thanks for the history lesson, Mir.
No problem. More at 11.
By the way, when she punches Manon in the back of the head, Mir, my chair was shaking because my speakers were was so loud. It was scary. It was like boom, like they enhanced the audio on the trailer. So kind of like Zangief's Tundra Storm, if you think about it, Mir, almost like that. It seems really rewarding because Marisa is standing right next to you after this grab, and assuming she does have a command grab that we don't see yet, that'd be really scary.
Yeah, that's interesting because we've seen before parries, they tend to not have amazing ulti. A great example would be Colleen's.
Yeah.
Although I guess she does get the hailstorm, but she's not all that close and she doesn't have a traditional command throw.
Right.
So on a grappler, this absolutely would be really, really scary. Zangief didn't get anything for his thunderstorm. It's impossible to land anything.
I want to reiterate, Mir, that once again the blog describes it as upper body armor. So if you hit Marisa low, that seems to be like her main weakness, to target her toes. And on top of that, if she gets super armor from doing this, she might be able to just go into this stance, Mir, against projectiles and just, you know, hold her ground and then like walk forward on you. Kind of like Zangief's V skill almost, you know?
Yeah, what it seems to be based on the visual effect that we see for this move is that she might not take any damage whatsoever, as opposed to normal armor.
Right.
Because it doesn't look like she's getting hit. In fact, she doesn't. I had trouble figuring out if Manon was even doing a move. Looks more like a parry. So maybe that's what it is.
That is a good point. And, you know, we see with her charge, I'm assuming her heavy punch at the beginning with that target combo. And now this, we do know there's some commentary audio leaks that have quotes like, super armor wasn't enough. Scores an important armor break. So there's going to be some type of limitation to this move, whether she takes damage or not. It seems like multiple hits will break it, like drive impact on some of her attacks.
Supers will definitely break it, for example. I can't imagine that working against supers and such. There's going to be counters, otherwise this character would be very, very silly.
Yeah, very, very unga. And, you know, drive impact's only one hit, so she can definitely armor through that, no problem. Okay, the next clip, Mira, I finally get to see what Gladius is. I was really wondering what this would look like in the game. And so it's described as a devastating straight punch that could be wound up for extra damage. Once again, another move that Marisa can charge. And this was wild in the trailer. You see Manon do her drive impact for a split second. And this is like a new mechanic in the game besides the super armor. Marisa breaks the drive impact instantly with this one attack. Very scary. This is not even the OD version, by the way, Mir. It's just the normal special move, you know?
Yeah.
It looks really scary. Gladius looks...
Yeah, I would assume that the
cool.
OD version immediately gives you the charged up attack.
Yeah,
if I were to guess.
I think that sounds about right.
Oh, and I guess another thing that I'd like to mention is that Gladius means sword in Latin. So we have the shield from before, we have the sword here. So there you go, the armament of the Roman soldier.
Too bad I didn't show all of her moves, Mir, and then you can give us a history lesson on everything. Yeah, I was thinking because, you know, she does the follow-up punch. If it's canned, you know, that would leave Marisa really wide open for a counter attack if the opponent was just, you know, so she can't just throw it out like Ed's charge heavy punch, for example, you know, especially since it breaks armor. I mean, that's really, really strong. So the next clip here, there's a lot going on this one. So we're gonna have to break it in parts, Mir. First, we see another target combo. This is a 2-hit target combo. It looks the same as the first one, but it's not the same attacks. She does 2 punches.
I would imagine that these are medium attacks as opposed to the first target combo being heavies.
Okay.
So it could be medium, or maybe it's, I don't know, back medium punch, or whatever. But it does seem to be cancelable because that's exactly what we see.
Yes, on the second hit, she cancels into an OD version of this slam punch that knocks them up and then slams them down. And we actually hear a commentary audio leak on that actually says that. Now, I'm not sure which move this is called going off the leaks. It's hard to tell. But if I were to guess, I think it's the Tonatress move. And the quote is, goes for the Tonatress to mix them with the overhead. So there's a high possibility, Mir, due to the speed of this move, even though she combos from it, that the second hit of the OD punch is an overhead.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to assume that the Overdrive version, since the first hit already knocks you up, is the version that you can use in combos as well as maybe in pressure. Maybe it's safer or something, I don't know. Or actually, it would be probably more unsafe because it gives you a combo. But regardless, another thing that's interesting to mention about this is that we also know from the same audio commentary leak is that there is a version of a move that goes goes low, and it is called Procella. And it's interesting because Tonitrus means thunder, and Procella means storm, tempest. So in a way, it seems like they would be associated with one another, right? One's an overhead, one's a low. And this stance or this attack that we see Marisa do seems like a two-parter. The uppercut comes first, and then the overhead comes later, almost as if you have to input something more to get the follow-up, right? So I would imagine that it could be something like Abel's change of direction, where you have multiple follow-ups and you can go overhead or low. So we'll see how that is. Obviously, we only see the overhead follow-up if that's the case.
And that was your theory before too, Mir. And now that we get to see it, it's still, we still need more answers, you know, on what
we just don't have enough. But maybe whenever they show, you know, those Twitter clips on the Street Fighter Twitter, maybe we'll see something more.
Okay, so after this, Marisa spends another 2 bars, so 4 bars total here for another Ode move, and this is her Quadriga, and it's described as a powerful front kick to show the opponent that this is Marisa. Mir, history lesson, Latin.
So Quadriga means a chariot with 4 horses. That's what the quadri is for, means 4.
Okay.
As opposed to Auriga, which is just a normal chariot. And I mean, it makes sense. It's like a breakthrough, right? That's kind of what they're trying to picture with this move, a powerful advancing kick. So it's like a chariot running you over. And looking at the results, the Overdrive version definitely seems like it has that effect.
Man, there's no way we could have guessed what this move would have looked like, though. A front kick? Like, come on.
Well, I mean, that it was going forward, we guessed that much.
That's true. Anyways, I guess I should mention it has insane corner carry. And the fact that it wall splats Mir, and that it combos into itself. Marisa does it twice. She does the OD version and then the normal version, where I'm assuming some mad deeps and puts them in the corner.
Well, another thing that this move reminds me of is that, as I was mentioning before, she already has some moves that are references to Pankration, which is Greek mixed martial art. I guess it basically is the ancestor of more modern mixed martial arts, because it's like wrestling with all the extras thrown on top. Is that the other 2 characters that use this style are Urien and Gil, and this move actually looks a lot like their step kicks.
Yeah, the coral kick. I guess we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but yeah, that is a spicy detail, Mir. The kick itself, the Quadriga, you think, Mir, it's a little too slow to combo in naturally? Like, she has to put the opponent in a juggle state to get this move to combo?
It's possible that it's used for opponents that are crumpled, maybe, or you could use it at the end of certain juggles. I'm not sure if she might get it off of any normal hit, but it's possible that off of a punish counter heavy, for example, cancelled into the Quadriga.
Naturally, you'll get the punish counter if you armor through somebody's attack with like a heavy punch or something.
Yeah, and it's even possible that this attack itself might cause a crumple.
So the final part of the clip, Mir, we see her level 3, the Goddess of the Hunt. And Marisa channels the Goddess of the Hunt into an almighty tackle straight into a wall. That's the description for it. Do you think it automatically puts the opponent to the corner? Something like Nakali's buffed up super from Street Fighter 5? You think it's something like that?
That's possible. Most level 3s in Street Fighter 6, they do put you in specific positions on screen, as far as I could tell.
Okay.
So yeah, it absolutely is the case, I think.
We also see from the screenshots, we see that golden streak again around her fist. And I think that's just kind of like, you know, the paint effect when she's doing her moves. But we also see Luke, he's got like glitter and a heart on his face here. What is that about?
Yeah,
the kiss of death.
My snoo.
The one of the commentary tracks says they're about to get a big knockout kiss. That's what it says. I don't know if Marisa, sends you out after the level 3. Let's talk about her story stuff now, Mir. So on the Street Fighter 6 website, it says an up-and-coming jewelry designer from Italy who claims ancestry to ancient Greek warriors. As a child, she was inspired by a vision of the Colosseum in its prime. Today, she seeks glory with a smile and an eye for beauty.
Yeah, I guess another thing that is different from the original leak, she's more related to Greek warriors rather than Roman warriors.
Yes.
And looking at her design a little bit more, again, I could see that, especially because we see an actual helmet that she puts on the ground in her intro. And that is the traditional Corinthian Greek helmet.
Okay. And we know it's with the jewelry and the smile for an eye for beauty. You know, she's got the lipstick, the nail polish that we mentioned before, right? And she's wearing her own jewelry on her as well. And the interesting thing, Mir, I want to talk about now, which you mentioned before, is the kind of this Illuminati kind of hints with her attacks that you mentioned, that she has some similar moves. Some people are even comparing her slam down punch with something like Urian's heavy punch. You know, they're making comparisons with that.
I don't think it's a reference to the Illuminati. It's more the fact that they're all inspired by Greek fighting styles, right? And Pancration, like I was saying, is what is usually identified with the ancient Greece, right? This kind of all-encompassing fight style. So it's natural that some moves would see a resemblance with each other, right?
Yeah.
It's neat that they do show this kind of similarities because it helps identify these characters with their fighting styles, right? It's kind of like how Adon and Sagat both are technically supposed to do Muay Thai, and they do it in different ways.
And it's such a perfect fighting style for her because she's 6'8", Mir. I think she is the tallest female fighter in Street Fighter.
It's a missed opportunity. Could have been 6'9".
Dude, she's 6'8", Mir. Can you even comprehend how tall that is? I guess the last thing, Mir, I want to ask you personally. What the heck is Osobuco?
Osobuco. Okay, so that's a recipe from Lombard cuisine. So, you know, up north where Milan is.
Sure.
Where it's crosscut of veal shanks braised with vegetables and wine or broth. So it's a meat dish, I guess.
Wow, you're gonna have to...
Osobuco means bone with a hole. So there you go.
You're gonna have to cook that for us sometime here, I guess.
Oh yeah, maybe. Well, on the next episode of Cooking in the FGC.
So yeah, Marisa, if you guys like hard-hitting characters that are really in your face, really intimidating, Marisa is definitely that character. I don't think she'll be a challenging character to play. I think she'll be, without having to deal with using a fireball or anything like that. I think she'll be pretty straightforward. You're going to be bullying your opponents, with her charge attacks, and people have to second guess what you do. You don't have to second guess what they do, with Marisa. It seems like that's her kind of style. So let us know what you think about Marisa, if you guys are interested in her playstyle, if she's going to be your main day one. And let us know if there's anything me and Mir missed. We'll keep you guys posted. We'll be breaking these down one after the other before the second beta hits. So look forward to that, guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.